Of all the things which are unbearable in this generation that we live in, it's not having access to electricity. It is simply not manageable for any individual, household, or an economy. Now, Jinko Solar specializes in solar energy, and they are in Namibia to help build your trust in solar. This is My.Na Properties. I'm Ashwyn Mberi, and I'm excited to find out what Jinko Solar has in store for us.
Neopaints was founded and established by Hubert Hesse in 1953, making it the largest and oldest paint manufacturer in Namibia. Hesse wanted to make Namibian paint for Namibian conditions and opened the first Neopaints head office in Windhoek. And up till recently, our headquarters and manufacturing site were located in Bell Street, Southern Industrial. For over 68 years, Neopaints has created a Namibian legacy of creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation to bring beauty to the harshest environments. We pride ourselves on being a 100% Namibian-owned company and experience utmost gratification to invest in our country and our people. Neopaints has recently invested in the construction of a new production facility on a 26,000 square meter site in Windhoek. Phase 1 was completed in April 2021, and the second phase was completed in February 2022. This development offers our company the potential to increase production capacity and increase the potential to expand the workforce through a wider distribution footprint into Southern Africa. This new, larger factory lends itself to more state-of-the-art production processes, new innovative product development, and better customer service. Our products are specifically formulated for the harsh Namibian environment by our own paint chemists, which give our company the competitive edge in the Namibian paint market. Neopaints, a coat of excellence.
Joining me now is Titus Koch, who is the Technical Services Manager for Jinko Solar. How are you doing, Titus?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Now, of course, I was watching your presentation, very, very technical, as I believe is your expertise. But just bringing it down a little bit, how useful do you feel that this product is going to be for the ordinary Namibian at home?
Yeah, ideally for the Tiger Neo that we just launched today, all we're looking at is not only on the access of energy, but we're also looking at affordable energy. Like we did mention that the contribution in comparison to the existing technologies is that our new solar panel technology, the Tiger Neo, is actually going to reduce the levelized cost of energy. That is by more than 6%. So looking at these values is that basically looking at the overall cost of energy that is from, let me say, C&I solar, utility scale solar, and even residential scale solar, is that going to be really competitive, not only compared to traditional energy sources, other traditional energy sources, but also compared to other renewable energy sources as well, like the likes of wind, hydro as well. So it's really making it competitive, and it's more of making some bit of sense to going into solar.
All right. Now, do you feel that this product gives some form of technical advantage for companies operating in Namibia?
Yeah, I think like what you mentioned is that we having so many highlights when it comes to the advantages of the product. That is with regards to, we know we have the clarity sets, and most parts of Namibia is actually hot temperature regions. So, and we can see the aspects like the temperature coefficient. So it actually has better performance in regions of high temperatures that is now inclusive of Namibia. Then we also have other parameters, including a warranty that we're able to extend. That is the warranty to 30 years as well, and also lower degradation. And remember, that is most probably that most of the payback period of most plants, solar plants nowadays, is usually less than 5 years. But you can see we can still be able to have extended generation after 30 years. So that is really giving so much of economic sense, inclusive of other advantages as well.
Yes, yes, indeed. Now, of course, you don't put out a product without research and development. How much does Jinko Solar invest in R&D?
Yeah, our investment in R&D is usually approximately 5% of our net profits yearly.
Wow, my goodness. Roughly how much would that be?
Let me not say the exact figures because for this year I think we've done so well financially. So we've done so well financially. So it's more of a relative figure.
Okay.
Yeah, but also to mention is that in our R&D team we actually have a team of more than 900 engineers. Yes, and no.
900 engineers. You being an engineer yourself, I assume?
Yeah, we do. We more of in the supporting functions. And one thing about Jinko is that they really appreciate the feedback also from the market, like from Namibia. We're actually getting market feedback that is through ourselves, that is the local technical managers. Then we do communicate with the product team. Then who actually in turn communicates to our R&D team. So it's a whole chain. So that is from the consumer side all the way to the R&D. Then from the R&D as well, that is to the market as well.
All right. And going mystic about the Namibian market.
Yeah, the thing is that the Namibian market is really, like I would say, is that the sun is really enough for everyone in Namibia. So that is one of the positive factors. And also is that solar is now becoming very competitive. That is compared to other energy sources as well, even with the new technologies as well. So you can see that most of the customers, not only on the C&I, even on the utility scale, are actually getting into solar. So you can see that is also we are seeing that the market is really growing. It's not only about the population, but basically the market because of the commercial viability of the solar PV solutions.
All right. Thank you very much, Tadas, for joining us. Your presentation was very, very well informed. It's always lovely to see someone who can, disperse that amount of information in such a short period of time.
Thank you so much. It's also my pleasure.
All right. Take care. So, Titus Koch, very technical man, who's been speaking to us about the specifics, the specs, rather, of this Tiger Neo product, which is brought to you by Jinko Solar as they continue to build your trust in solar.
Over here, I'm really happy that you're joining. So, same to everyone else, I want you to remember 3 things today. There is three T's. One T for Tiger, then the other one for Topcon, then the last one for? Okay, so I'll say it. I didn't say it. I think that should be a takeaway. And so I'll try to be brief. Like you said, we're having a wedding shortly, so I don't want to take so much time. So, and one is just to give you some bit of background, that is for the sake of everyone, including the MC. Background of where Tiger Neo is actually coming is, we can see the roadmap of the market. That is where Jinko came in. I'm very happy when Joring and the rest of the team mentioning that they actually managed to work with Jinko since even earlier than 2014. So you can see in 2015, we're actually talking about 335 watt peak. That is the maximum output of the solar panel. And also efficiencies of around 17%. So that is basically what we've been focusing on. That is the output and also the efficiency. That is our primary focus when we're building solar PV modules. And over the years, what we are seeing is that we are not increasing the size of the modules to increase the output. That is one of the ways, but we are not doing that, is that we try as much as possible to improve on the technology. That's why in around 2015 to 2016, we had the transition from polycrystalline solar panels to around monopack solar panels. Then we had also another transition from full cell to half cell as well. I think you all understand, or rather you'll be able to see and also appreciate today. Then we also have other technologies, including tiling ribbon. I know most of you have actually used our Tiger solar panels with tiling ribbon, that is overlapping cells. And also now is that in 2018, we had a cell technology that is now actually still mainstream in the market right now. That is the monopack technology. That is the pack technology now. That is basically a cell technology. Then starting this year is that we also see a new trend that we are going to discuss today. That is actually the basis of our meeting today. That is a new cell technology that is known as the TopCon technology. So I'll explain to you what is TopCon. But you can see the trend now is that we're actually increasing. Until now, we're able to do, that is as of 2020, we are looking at more than 620 watt peak. And more surprisingly is that look at the efficiency. The efficiency is more than 22%. So that is also something that it's really more about motivation. So it's a journey. The modules is still within, the largest solar module currently is around 2.5 meters, almost 2.5 meters. So slightly more than my height, so more than 2.5 meters, then by 1.1 meters as well. So you can see we are not really having a very large modules to have the 620s.
Win big with NeoPaint's Big 5 promotion and help save our Rhino. Win your share of 200,000 Namibian dollars in prizes when buying NeoPaints this season. Buy any NeoPaints products worth 500 Namibian dollars or more and receive a scratch card for a chance to win. And for every NeoPaints Big 5 product sold, 3 Namibian dollars goes to the Rhino Mama project. Promotion runs from 26 September to 14 December at your favorite hardware store nationwide. Find out more on neopaints.com. T's and C's apply. NeoPaints, a coat of excellence.
Joining me now is Joring von Goslar of NEC, and we're going to be talking about his relationship with Jinko Solar. Joring has been working with Jinko Solar for some years, and I want to find out, first of all, before we go into your relationship with Jinko Solar, how do you feel about this new product?
Thank you. Yes, so the N-type solar panels are very exciting. We're seeing very high efficiencies. We are seeing improved reliability. We're seeing improved degradation and especially temperature coefficient coming down significantly. So yeah, we are very excited, and for our clients and also for our own operated plants that we can gain on return on investment. Yes.
Now, how long have you been working with Jinko Solar, and what has been the texture of your relationship?
So we've had our first installation with Jinko in 2014. So that's a good couple of years ago when we did one of the first projects that was realized with Jinko. We've had a strong relationship with them ever since. The improvement was obviously significant with the warehouse that was set up in Walfish Bay. So since then, we've grown our business with them quite a bit because it's easier to work with local supply and have faster turnaround times. So that was a big advantage for us and for the Namibian market as a whole with the local stock holding of Jinko.
All right. Now, looking into the future, are you particularly excited? Of course, I'm sure you're excited about the product, but are you excited about the relationship going forward? Because, of course, you know, there were a lot of difficult years past, and, you know, you've been through quite a bit with Jinko Solar. Looking into the future, are you excited about where this relationship is going, and particularly, you know, Jinko Solar's presence in Namibia?
Yes, very excited. So they are broadening their product line, not only supplying panels, but also supplying batteries and inverters and solutions. So there we are very excited to have a one-stop partner, which we know, which we trust, which we've worked with for 7 years. So there's already a good working relationship. There's a good credit facility. There's a good payment terms, and there's good relationships that have been realized over the past years. So yeah, growing the business into the additional product line and also with improved efficiencies on the panel lines, we do see a very strong and prosperous future. Yes.
All right, Joring, thank you very much for joining us and sharing with us your experience with Jinko Solar.
Thank you. All right.
Cheers. So that was Joring von Goslar, because it's one thing to hear about an international product, it's another thing to see how applicable it is in Namibia.
NeoPaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, NeoPaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At NeoPaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
But firstly, let me first thank Megatech as one of our partners here in Namibia, as our gold distributor. They've made us have the name that we have had here in Namibia when it comes to Jinko Solar and the distribution fraternity. I would also want to thank our other partners on the EPC as well as the IPP side, which is firstly HopeSo. We really appreciate your presence and also the support that you have given us for this long. I would also want to thank Alensi as well. We thank you for gracing our event today and also for the support that you have given us over the past years. Last but not least, I would also want to thank NIC Namibia. I've put them to be at the last for a purpose, because when Yoring was going through the journey that we walked together since 2014, if I so remember well, I think our first project in Namibia was through NEC, and they made our name here. We paid the school fees. I'm glad you also mentioned those issues with those early panels that we were using because of the backsheet. Pretty much it was a backsheet problem with the AAA. So that speaks again to the bankability of your supplier, that at the end of the day, it's not just about the price, but you need to really look at the complete package, that what sort of support do you get afterwards once the sweetness of price has gone, because you still have to live with it with the solar panels for almost 25 to 30 years now. And I would also want to thank our new partners that are in this room that have also dedicated their time to be with us to witness the magnificent products that Jinko has launched today, the Tiger Neo as well as the ESS. I promise, like what Titus said, Jinko is quite innovative, and we're gonna continue with that innovative trend and also setting the trend in the industry. And last but not least, I would want to thank our marketing team, especially Miriam. You can stand up so that everybody can see you in the room. I think, to be quite honest, you did surprise us with regards to how you put up this event. It was a good show that will sort of stick into our hearts as well with regards to the Tiger Neo and all this rock star that you have put up for us. So thank you so much, and also thanks everyone. I would also want to take this opportunity to wish you a festive season, like what the MC also talked about, that this is the time of the year, the December time of the year. So I want to wish you a festive season and a prosperous 2023. And we look so forward to your support going forward. As Jinko, we are here to stay, and we want to continuously stamp our dominance in the Namibian market. So thanks everyone, enjoy the lunch and have great networking. Thank you.
Kletskompas is 'n Afrikaanse kontinuïteitsprogram met Namibiese nuus en onderhoude. As jy jou handelsmerk of veldtog op hierdie platform wil vertoon, kontak klets@synergy.com.na.
Joining me now is Millicent Chidamba, who is the head of sales for the SADC region for Jinko Solar. How are you, Millicent?
Thank you so much for hosting me today. I'm very much honored.
Very, very happy to have you on My.Na Properties. Now, Millicent, how has Jinko been received in SADC? Before we zoom in on Namibia, rather, how do you feel it's been received in SADC, and what's the potential for Jinko Solar in the SADC region?
Okay, great. That's a good question. For Jinko Solar, we actually have been the first solar module manufacturer to set foot on the African continent. We believed in it before everyone came to the African continent, and we still believe in the potential of the whole region. So in terms of the SADC, I think there's quite a lot of potential, apart from, the idea to try and protect the planet, which I think is everybody's responsibility, that we need to leave a legacy to the future generations. But apart from that, I think as a region, we're going through a lot of challenges when it comes to energy availability. We talk of industrialization. There can't be any industrialization without energy. Energy is an enabler of industrialization. So that on its own gives us a lot of potential in terms of trying to, energize the whole sort of the whole SADC region. And we haven't been spared as well with regards to climate change, your drought. Like now we've got issues with Lake Kariba, that it is affecting the hydro generation, and especially for countries like Zimbabwe and Zambia. So that really poses as a great opportunity, especially on solar. We are smiling because I think there's vast in terms of opportunities that we can explore too. And also the other thing about solar is that it's easier, it's quicker to deploy. You can put solar where there's no grid. So we are able to literally electrify every point on the continent. So that means everybody has got access to clean energy.
All right. I love that you said that you were already interested in Africa before it was a trend. You already decided to build your trust in the SADC region. Now, speaking of Namibia in particular, how do you feel about the footprint that Jinko Solar has in this nation?
Wow. With regards to Namibia actually has been one of our key sort of markets. When, in fact, if I take you back some, say, 6 years back, when we started off in South Africa, I think some of the first projects of our first solar panels were actually deployed here in Namibia. And Namibia has been quite, I think, progressive, because they were also one of the pioneer sort of countries when it comes to a structured renewable program, where they had that feed-in tariff, or that feed-in program, where they had some smaller projects, and even on the roofs as well, your rooftop sort of projects. We've seen quite a lot of traction, and also water pumping. Namibia is also a bit challenged when it comes to water, so that has also been a sort of a center point for the deployment of PV solar panels. Yeah.
All right. Now, you've been in Namibia for just over a night, just one day, so to speak. I don't know if it's your first time in Namibia, but just as an ordinary Africa in Namibia, how do you feel about the land of the brave?
Wow, it's beautiful. Though I must testify that it's not my first time, because I always try to be here every quarter. Nice. So just at least, to sort of keep track of what's happening with regards to some of the activities of our partners. Is that I think Jinko in Namibia, I can get some bragging rights to say that in terms of the market share, I think we command the highest market share, because we've got a warehouse in Walvis Bay, so it's much easier and quite convenient for the market, that in terms of the lead time, they have got the shortest lead time to lay their hands on our solar panels. And also, I think I should also mention that in terms of the projects that we have done in Namibia, we did the 2.10 megawatts solar farms here in Namibia. We're currently supplying again to a 5 megawatt project. And apart from those big guys, sort of utility scale projects, we also have had some commercial industrial projects, as well as your general distribution. Yeah.
Well, I have to say we are definitely happy that you are here building our trust in solar. Thank you very much for joining us, Millicent.
Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to be visiting Namibia more often. Look at the sun. It's beautiful.
Yes, indeed. And the sun is the perfect collaborator with Jinko Solar Energy. Stay with My.Na Properties.
Thank you.
So that was the launch of the Tiger, Neo, and ESS wireless storage solutions by Jinko Solar. Certainly exciting, considering that we are in the perfect landscape to be able to harness the power of the sun. My name is Ashwyn Mberi. This has been My.Na Properties. See you next time.